CHAP. 33 of the 28 mansions of the moon, and their virtues. And seeing the moon measures the whole space of the zodiac in the time of 28 days, hence it is that the wise men of the Indians, and most of the ancient astrologers have granted 28 mansions to the moon, which, being fixed in the 8th sphere, do enjoy, as Alpyrus says, divers names and properties, from the various signs and stars which are contained in them, through which, while the moon wanders, it obtains many other powers and virtues, but every one of these mansions, according to the opinion of Abraham, contained 12 degrees, and 51 minutes, and almost 26 seconds, whose names, and also their beginnings in the zodiac, of the 8th sphere, are these: the first is called Alnath, that is, the horns of Aries, his beginning is from the head of Aries, of the 8th sphere, it causes discords and journeys. The second is called Alotame, or Albogen, that is, the belly of Aries, and his beginning is from the 12th degree of the same sign, 51 minutes, 22 seconds complete. It conduces to the finding of treasures, and to the retaining captives. The third is called Achamason, or Athore, that is, showering, or Pleiades, his beginning is from the 25th degree of Aries complete, 42 minutes, and 51 seconds. It is profitable to sailors, huntsmen, and alchemists. The fourth mansion is called Aldebaran, or Aldebaran, that is, the eye or head of Taurus, his beginning is from the 8th degree of Taurus, 34 minutes and 17 seconds of the same. Taurus being excluded, it causes the destruction and hindrances of buildings, fountains, wells, gold mines, the flight of creeping things, and begets discord. The fifth is called Alchymy, or Albuquerque, the beginning of it is after the 21st degree of Taurus, 25 minutes, 40 seconds, it helps to the return from a journey, to the instruction of scholars, it confirms edifices, it gives health and goodwill. The sixth is called Athana, or Alcaia, that is, the little star of great light, his beginning is after the 4th degree of Gemini, 17 minutes, and 9 seconds, it conduces to hunting and besieging towns, and revenge of princes, it destroys harvest and fruits, and hinders the operation of the physician. The seventh is called Aldemiach, or Alazak, that is, the arm of Gemini, and begins from the 17th degree of Gemini, 8 minutes, and 34 seconds, and lasts even to the end of the sign. It confirms gain and friendship, it is profitable to lovers, and destroys magistracies, and so is 1/4 of the heaven completed in these 7 mansions, and in the like order and number of degrees, minutes, and seconds the remaining mansions, in every quarter, have their several beginnings, namely, so that in the first sign of this quarter 3 mansions take their beginnings, in the other 2 signs, 2 mansions in each. Therefore the 7 following mansions begin with Cancer, whose names are Alnazar and Adrakha, that is, misty or cloudy, viz. The 8th mansion, it causes love, friendship, and society of fellow travelers, it drives away mice, and afflicts captives, confirming their imprisonment. After this is the 9th, called Arkham, or Arkuf, that is, the eye of the lion, it hinders harvest and travelers, and puts discord between men. The 10th is called Algeliak, or Albjeb, that is, the neck or forehead of Leo, it strengthens buildings, promotes love, benevolence, and help against enemies. The 11th is called Azabra, or Ardaf, that is, the hair of a lion's head, it is good for voyages, and gain by merchandise, and for redemption of captives. The 12th is called Altsafa, or Azafa, that is the tail of Leo, it gives prosperity to harvest and plantations, but hinders seamen, and is good for the bettering of servants, captives, and companions. The 13th is named Al-Hare, that is, dog stars, or the wings of Virgo, it is prevalent for benevolence, gain, voyages, harvests, and freedom of captives. The 14th is called Uakrath, or Arimit, by others, Azimeth, or Athamak, or Alchimok, that is, the spike of Virgo, or flying spike, it causes the love of married folks, it cures the sick, is profitable to sailors, but hinders journeys by land, and in these the second quarter of the heaven is completed. The other 7 follow, the first of which begins in the head of Libra, viz. the 15th mansion, and its name is Agrapha, or Elgrapha, that is, covered, or covered flying. It is profitable for extracting treasures, for digging of pits. It assists divorce, discord, and destruction of houses and enemies, and hinders travelers. The 16th is called Azubine, or Ahabine, that is, the horns of Scorpio. It hinders journeys and wedlock, harvest and merchandise. It prevails for redemption of captives. The 17th is called Alchymy, that is, the crown of Scorpio. It betters a bad fortune, makes love durable, strengthens buildings, and helps seamen. The 18th is called Alchymy, or Altob, that is, the heart of Scorpio. It causes discord, sedition, conspiracy against princes and mighty ones, and revenge from enemies, but it frees captives, and helps edifices. The 19th is called Aletha, or Akala, by others, Hycula, or Axala, that is, the tail of Scorpio. It helps in besieging of cities, and taking of towns, and in the driving of men from their places, and for the destruction of seamen and perdition of captives. The 20th is called Abnahia, that is, a beam. It helps for the taming of wild beasts, for strengthening of prisons. It destroys the wealth of societies. It compels a man to come to a certain place. The 21st is called Abida, or Albeldark, which is a desert. It is good for harvest, gain, buildings, and travelers, and causes divorce, and in this is the third quarter of heaven completed. There remains the 7 last mansions completing the last quarter of heaven, the first of which, being in order to the 22nd, beginning from the head of Capricorn, called Sadahaka, or Zodbaluch, or Zandldna, that is, a pastor. It promotes the flight of servants and captives, that they may escape, and helps the curing of diseases. The 23rd is called Abadola, or Zorbrag, that is, swallowing. It is for divorce, liberty of captives and health to the sick. The 24th is called Sadabath, or Chadesod, that is, the star of fortune. It is prevalent for the benevolence of married people, for the victory of soldiers. It hurts the execution of government, and prevents its being exercised. The 25th is called Sadalabra, or Sadalisha, that is, a butterfly, or a spreading forth. It favors besieging and revenge. It destroys enemies, and causes divorce, confirms prisons and buildings, hastens messengers. It conduces to spells against copulation, and so binds every member of man that it cannot perform its duty. The 26th is called Alphug, or Fragalmocaden, that is, the first drawing. It causes union, health of captives, destroys building and prisons. The 27th is called Alkara Alihalgmode, or the second drawing. It increases harvests, revenues, gain, and heals infirmities, but hinders buildings, prolongs prisons, causes danger to seamen, and helps to infer mischiefs on whom you shall please. The 28th and last is called Alban, or Achilles, that is, Pisces. It increases harvest and merchandise. It secures travelers through dangerous places. It makes for the joy of married people, but it strengthens prisons, and causes loss of treasures. And in these 28 mansions lie hid many secrets of the wisdom of the ancients, by which they wrought wonders on all things which are under the circle of the moon, and they attributed to every mansion his resemblances, images, and seals, and his president intelligences, and worked by the virtue of them after different manners.